सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरते यौपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ इत्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ॐ इति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम् भूमा सम्प्रसादात् अध्यपदेशात्। Bhuma, that Paramatma is Bhuma, or Bhuma is Paramatma, not Prana. Upadeshat, because the instruction about the Bhuma, Adi is given, so after the Samprasada is superior to Samprasada. Even though the Bhuyah Prashna Prativachanam, the question and answer, which are centered on Bhuyastvam, meaning on superiority. Even though there is no clear question answer which will reveal the superiority of Bhuma over Prana, still we say that Bhuma is superior to Prana because instruction of Bhuma is given after that of Prana. That Bhuma, instruction of Bhuma represents a different prakaranam, a different topic. That instruction up to Prana was one topic where each following one was presented as the superior to the previous one, and then begins a new prakaranam of Bhuma. This is the Siddhanta. So Purva Paksha basically had 2 points. That because there is an absence of that Bhuyah Prashna Prativachanam, or the question answer revealing superiority of the following one is not there. The Bhuma is not superior to Prana. Bhuma is same as Prana. Second also is the Ativaditvam. So the knower of Prana was called Ativadi, as it will come. Ativadiyasi. And the Purva Pakshi says, knower of Bhuma also is called Ativadi. So it's the same Ativaditvam. The Ativaditvam, Vaditvam, saying Ati, transcending everything. So Ativaditvam talked about in Prana, the same Ativaditvam talked about in Satyam or Bhuma. Therefore also it is the same Prakaranam. Therefore Bhuma is not an entity different from Prana. So Prana alone is further described or amplified as Bhuma. Also, Bhuman means Bahutvam. The way where Bhuman is derived from the Bahu with the Iminich Pratyaya, where the suffix Iminich gives a sense of abstract noun. So Bahu, Bahutvam. So Bhuma, Bhuman means Bahutvam, meaning abundance, meaning plenitude. And Bahutvam being Dharma, therefore has an expectation of what is the Dharmi, what is it that possesses plenitude, what is it that possesses the greatness. Then Prana is that one. Sannidhanat, Prano Bhuma iti Pratibhati. Just preceding was Prana. Therefore, this Bhuma means plenitude is centered upon Prana because plenitude is Dharma and requires a locus which is called Dharmi. On the page 212, then Bhashyakara said here in the first line, Tatha Shrutam Hyeva Me Bhagavadrishebhyah Tarti Shokamatma Vidite Soham Bhagavad Shochami Tam Ma Bhagavan Shokasya Param Tarayato Iti Prakaranothanad Paramatma Bhuma Ityapi Pratibhate. So first samshaya is presented. What is the ground of samshaya? Is there a ground for doubt? Yes, because Bhuma means Bahutvam, and Bahutvam being Dharma has an expectation of a Dharmi, and Prana is the most proximate. Therefore, it looks like the Prana is the Dharmi, the locus, where plenitude is located. Therefore, Bhuma is Prana. There are also Dharma Dharminoho Abhedat. In fact, Dharma and Dharmi is not one. Plenty and plenitude are different. Plenitude is Dharma, plenty is Dharmi. But then how do you say Bhuma is Prana? If Prana is which possesses, so Dharmi is that which possesses Dharma. So Prana is that which possesses Bhuman or Bahutvam or plenitude. So then how can you say that prana is bhuma? So dharma dharmino abhedat. So prana bhuma, when it is said, it is abheda. It is the oneness of dharma and dharmi, the attribute and the locus of attribute, the adjective and the one possessing adjective. When you say, of course, Paramatma is Bhuma is the same thing. Either Bhuma plentitude locus is Paramatma or locus is Prana. So it looks like Shrutam Heva Me Bhagavad Rishebhya, from the venerable great sages like you. Shrutam me I have heard, Maya Shrutam, Tardishogam Atmaviditi, that the Atmavid, the knower of self, Shokam Tarti, he crosses the grief. This is what I have heard. Soham Bhagavad Shojami, and I am grieving. So, says Narada is very clear as to what he wants. It's very rare that one knows the reason for one's grief, really. We don't know. We know that we are unhappy, we are sad. Don't know why the sadness comes. We think we know, of course. We think when we know that I am sad because somebody did something, somebody did not do something. Because I got something, because I lost something. So we think that they are the causes of grief or sadness. But here, says Narada is very clear that I heard from great sages like you that it is the knower of the self who crosses the grief. And I am grieving, meaning that I approached you specifically for the knowledge of the self. Iti prakranotthana, because that's how the prakrana, the whole text has actually been begun, commenced, utthanam, upakramat, because the text has been commenced with the with Atma as the main topic, meaning that this text is meant for imparting the knowledge of the Atma. Because sage Narada declared that I am grieving, and he knows that the only way the grief can be eliminated is by the knowledge of self, because my grief is on account of ignorance of the self. And therefore, that this text is meant for imparting the knowledge of self is very clear from this first statement itself. Therefore, and then in the process of unfolding the nature of Atma, Bhuma yo bhuma tat sukham, narpe sukham asti, yo bhuma tad amrutam. So sukham, happiness, immortality is bhuma. And naturally, when you gain bhuma or no bhuma, you get happy, you become immortal, meaning you become free from grief. So therefore, it goes to show that Atma is bhuma. Atma alone is presented as bhuma, the plenty, the abundant, the limitless, the infinite. Satyam samagryam karya siddhim aha. Satyam samagryam. The samagri is there. For what? For doubt. So first of all, Bhashyakara presents samagri, meaning the adequate material required for having a doubt. How do you have a doubt? Because these two different interpretations are possible. Therefore, there is a ground for doubt. Therefore, all going to Ratnaprabha. This we read yesterday, Sannihita Vyavahita Prakaranaabhyam Samshayahiti. Sannihita Prakaranam. The proximate topic was prana. Vyavahita, the remote topic was Atma. So Bhuma can be connected with both, looks like. Bhuma can be connected to prana because prana is the immediately preceding topic. And Bhuma can be connected to Atma because Atma is the main topic. Therefore, Samshaya ityartha. Then Ratnabhava continues, Purvam Atma Shabdat Dyubhadhyayatanam Brahma ityuktam. See, if you see the beginning of this chapter, on the page 204, Dyubhu Adi Ayatanam. That's what it means. What is it? Brahman or Paramatma is Ayatanam, the very abode of Dyavhu. So says Yasmin Dyavhu Prithvi Chandariksham Otam Manasa Pranasya Sarvehi Tamevekam Janatha Atmanam Anyavacho Vimunchasa Amrutasesha Setu Vidi Mundakopanishad. That's the Vishaya here. Yasmin, that in which Dyavhu, the heaven, Prithvi, the earth, Antariksham, the intermediate, all the three worlds. Otam, so that in which it is woven, strung, that it pervades the three worlds of the Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. Manaha sa pranayasya sarvaihi, including mind and the prana, meaning the subtle body. Tamev ekam janatha atmanam. O disciples, know that to be Atma, the one. Anyavacho vimunchata. Give up all their activities, man, for doing anything other than knowing the Atma. Amrutasesha setuhu. Atma, the setuhu, is the very bridge or the causeway connecting you to immortality. So, Swashabdat, by its own words, Paramatma is Ayatanam. That's what the sutra means, or the abode of the whole universe, consisting of these three worlds, as well as the subtle world of the mind, prana, etc. So now going back to Ratnaprabha, page 212, Purvam Atma Shabdat Dyubhadhyayatanam Brahma idyuktam. So therefore, that Brahman is the Ayatanam, the abode of the whole universe. Tadayuktam. So even though Mundaka Upanishad uses the word Atma, the conclusion is Brahman, which is Ayatanam, the abode of the universe. Thereby saying that Atma is Brahman. So here Purva Pakshi says in this particular Adhikaranam that Atma Shabdat Brahma iti uktam ayatanam tat ayuktam. Tariti shokam Atma iti abbrahmanepi Atma Shabda prayogat. It is not a rule that the word Atma is used every time in the sense of Brahman. Because Tariti shokam Atmavit, the knower of the Atma crosses grief. No, their Atma is not in the sense of Brahman, it is Atma in the sense of self. Ab Brahmani Atma Shabda Prayogat. But Atma is not always used in the sense of Brahman. Atma is used in sense other than Brahman also. Therefore, your previous conclusion is wrong. Conclusion in the previous Adhikaranam was that Atma is Brahman. And that is the abode of the entire universe. That conclusion is wrong, is questioned. Because the word Atma here is used in a sense different from Brahman. The Akshepa Sangatya. So what is established in the previous topic is questioned. And that's how this new topic begins. So what is the reason for beginning this discussion about Bhuma and Prana? Because what you concluded in the previous topic is questionable, is not right. And so, Deva Prano Bhuma iti. So it is not that Atma is Brahman, but it is Prana that is Brahman. Dharma dharminoho avedat samadhikaranyam drashtavyam. That Prana is a dharmi, Bhuma is dharma. When you Prana Bhuma, they are in the same adhikaranam, samadhikaranyam, same location, same locus, same case. How can it be? It can be. Of course, the dharma and dharmi can be in the same location, in the adhikarana. So therefore, samadhikaranyam drashtavyam. पूर्वोत्तर पक्षयोः प्राणोपास्ति ब्रह्मज्ञानं च फलं क्रमेण मंतव्यम. पूर्व पक्षे प्राणोपास्ति फलम, उत्तर पक्षे ब्रह्मज्ञानं च फलम. So what is the intention of Purva Pakshi? This whole section is meant for upasana of prana. Whereas the Siddhanta says the whole section is meant for knowledge of Brahman. So prana upasti, upasana or meditation on prana is the whole teaching here. That's Purva Paksha. And the knowledge of Brahman is what is taught here, that is the Siddhanta. Uttar Paksha. So therefore, Bhashyakara says here, Tatra kasyopadanam nyayam kasya vahanam iti bhavati samshayah. There is samagri. Tatra kasya upadanam nyayam. So should we take prana as Bhuma as prana or Bhuma as Paramatma? Which should be taken and which should be discarded? Iti bhavati samshayah. From one standpoint, it looks like prana is Bhuma. Therefore, the paksha of the Paramatma is Bhuma is to be discarded. So, the standpoint, it looks like Paramatma is Bhuma. Therefore, the other paksha, prana is Bhuma, is to be discarded. Some samshaya. Says Nyayana Akanksha Purukam Purupaksham Grunade. So both the pakshas are there. The Akanksha Puruk be preceded by question. Now Bhashyakara takes the Purupaksha. Kimiti. So Kim Tavat Praptam. Alright, so what is your opinion? When this doubt is there, that prana can be Bhuma or Paramatma is Bhuma, Kim Tavat Praptam. What is the conclusion in your opinion? Then says, Prano Bhuma iti. So Purupaksha iti. Akshepa Sangatya Purupaksha iti. I mean, if you want to see the connection of this Adhikaranam or topic with the previous Adhikaranam, then it is called Akshepa Sangati. There must be a connection. You have to find connection in some way. So when you go from one Adhikara to the other, they will always find a connection as to what is the connection between the previous Adhikaranam and the present one. What is the connection of this Adhikaranam with this Pada, with this chapter, with the whole Brahma Sutra, with Vedanta, with life? Ultimately, each of this discussion must have connection with our life. This should not remain merely an intellectual discussion. If it is not connected to our life and not useful to us in one way or the other, certain things can be useful directly or immediately. Some other things may be useful indirectly or remotely, but must be useful to us as an individual, or to me. Otherwise, we have no interest in any discussion. We are not interested in merely intellectual discussion of philosophy. We are interested in ourselves, in fulfilling our needs. And whatever is discussed here must have relevance with reference to fulfilling our needs. So, the purpose of finding Sangati or connection, ultimately, with the whole Brahma Sutra, with Vedanta Shastra, and the connection of Vedanta Shastra is well known to us, that Vedanta imparts the knowledge which removes ignorance, which makes us free. See now, Ratnaprabha, अत्र अध्याये भूयः प्रश्नोत्तर भेदात् अर्थ भेद दृश्यते. That भूयः प्रश्न should be one word, it's a compound word. भूयः प्रश्नोत्तरम, भूयः प्रश्न प्रतिवचनम, etc. भूयः प्रश्न. What kind of prashna? Prashna or the question which is centered on knowing bhuyastvam or superiority. Swasti bhagavo namna bhuyah iti vachah bhuyah iti. Every question involves the desire to know superiority. Therefore, this whole parampara, this whole question answer sequence is called Bhuyah Prashna Prativachana Parampara or Pravaha. So, Bhuyah Prashnottara Bhedat. In this particular chapter, because we find that Prashnottara Bhedat Artha Vedo Dushyate. In every case that Bhuyah Prashna is asked, Asti Bhagava Bhuyah, therefore Artha Vedo Dushyate. Therefore, we understand that what follows is different from what preceded. So, Nama Brahma iti upasva. In Narada, may meditate upon Nama is Brahma. Asti Bhagavaha Namnaha Bhuya iti. Oh, Venerable Sir, is there anything superior to Nama? That's the Bhuyah Prashna. Vak Namnaha Bhuyasi. Then the organ of speech is greater than name or word. So therefore, we understand that Vak is different from Nama. The organ of speech is different from the Nama of the word. How? Because it follows as an answer to this question, Bhuyah Prashna. So therefore, Bhuyah Prashnottar Bhedat Artha Vedo Drishyate. So how do we decide Artha Veda? By the Prashna Veda. Asti Bhagavaha Namnaha Bhuya iti. Asti Bhagavaha Vachaha Bhuya iti. Asti Bhagavaha Manasaha Bhuya iti. So from that we understand that what follows is different from what preceded. Artha Vedo Dushyate. So now, Bhumatu Pranat Param Bhuya Prashnam Vina Eva Uktalingena Pranad Bhinna Hityaha. Bhumatu Pranat Param Bhuya Prashnam Vina Uktaha. But Bhuma is stated after prana, but there is no intervention of that Bhuya Prashna. Suktalingena pranadabhin, therefore the linga or the chinha, the evidence separating what follows from what preceded is not there in case of Bhuma and prana. Up to this prana it was there, bhuyaha, bhuyaha, bhuyaha. But in case of Bhuma and prana it is not there. Therefore, pranat abhinna. So we have to conclude that Artha Bheda is not there because Prashna Bheda is not there, Bhuyah Prashna is not there, so Artha Bheda is not there. Therefore, Bhuma is not different from prana. Ityaha. Or if you look at the Nyaya Nirnaya, Avantara Prakranasya Sannihitatvepi Mahapragana Sheshara Durbalatvat Na Pranasya Prameta Ityaha. So even though the Avantara Prakranam, the secondary topic of prana, is closer to that of Bhuma, but the primary topic of Atma, even though it is remote, the primary is always superior to secondary. So here the main topic is Atma, not prana. So na pranasya prameta. Then how do you conclude that prana is Bhuma? So kasmat, that the Bhashya says, kasmat. So prana Bhuma iti. That's a Purva Paksha. Kasmat, how do you say that? What is your ground for conclusion? Just because prana is proximate to Bhuma, that we say prana is Bhuma? But we say that Atma deserves to be Bhuma because that's the main topic. So what is your ground of concluding that prana is Bhuma? Kasmat. So then the answer is given. Mahaprakranat Avantara Prakranasya Pravalyartham Lingamaha. Even though Mahaprakranam is Atma and Avantara Prakranam is Prana, in this case Avantara Prakranam is stronger than Mahaprakranam. So the Pravalam, so what is stronger always overrides what is weaker. The Prabala Vakya was always overrides the weaker Vakya. So here also two Prakranas are there. Avantar Prakranam is there and Mahaprakranam is there. So Purva Pakshi says that Mahaprakranam should really prevail and should really override the Avantar Prakranam. He says, no, in this case, Avantar Prakranam, even though prana is a secondary topic, still it overrides Atma. Why? Lingamaha. So what makes you say that Prakrana of prana is stronger than the Prakrana of Atma? The linga is being shown. What is linga? Linga is evidence of chinha. So bhuyaha. So Vashyakara says, Bhuyah prashna prativachana parampara darshanat. Because we find this parampara, find a whole pravaha or a chain of Bhuyah prashna prativachana. Prashna is question, prativachana answer, parampara, a flow of the question answer involving the desire to know bhuyastvam or superiority. So we find that whole pravaha, we find that whole chain of questions and answers. Says Nayana, prana durdhvam mahattarath vishatvena prashnasya prativachanasya va adrushte ityartha. So we say that the prana in fact overrides Atma because there is an absence of the question to determine the superiority. So superiority is determined by this question answer. And that is not that, therefore Bhuma is not superior to prana because there is an absence of that question answer in between. So says here, again, Anyatra tat abhavepi me abhed dhivat atra visyaditi. Elsewhere, even though the question answer may not be there, still you know that what is to be known is different from what is presented before. Why not the case here also? In short, it is not that in all the Upanishads and all the texts, you know that what follows is different from what preceded, always by this question answer. That's not the only thing to determine. So why not here also? Even though the question answer is not there, why need we say that Bhuma is different from prana? So atra asmin prakane tayo satoivartha bheda bhanat. In this particular section, in this particular chapter, the only way to know what follows is different from what precedes is prashnottara. So, tayo satoho eva artha bheda bhanat. Only when that prashnottara is there, then only here in the 7th chapter of Chandogya, the only way to know that what follows is different from what preceded is the intervention of prashnottara. In other texts, it may be a different way, but here this is the way. So, Mayavam, therefore, there is no way to conclude that Bhuma is different from prana. So says, Yathahi asti bhagavo namno bhuya iti vagvava namno bhuyasi iti tatha asti bhagavo vacho bhuya iti mano vava vacho bhuya iti cha namadibhyah ह्या प्राणात् भूयः प्रश्न प्रतिवचन प्रवाहः प्रवृत्तः सो दृष्टि विषयत्वेन निषेध्यं प्रश्नादिकम् अभिनयति. So one is adrushta, we do not see that prashna. Where we see, then we know. So abhinayati. Purva Pakshi says, look, how we decide in this particular chapter. How do we decide that what follows is superior to what preceded? Only by question answer. Tatha asti bhagavo vacho bhuveti. Oh Venerable Sir, is there something greater than vak or speech? Mano vacho bhuya. Yes, the mind is indeed superior to the organ of speech. Nasti bhagavo namno bhuyati. Yes, is there something superior to nama? Vagvava namno bhuyasiti. The organ of speech is indeed greater than or superior to the nama. Tatha then, asti bhagavo vacho bhuya. Right away another question. Is there something superior to vag, organ of speech? Mano vacho bhuya. Indeed, mind is superior to the organ of speech. Idicha nama adibhyah. Beginning from nama, he a prana, up to and including prana. Bhuyah prashna prativajana pravaha pravritta. We find in this particular Upanishad, in this particular dialogue, Bhuyah prashna prativajana pravaha, the whole flow or sequence of the question and answer pertaining to superiority is here, is seen here. नैवं प्राणात् परं भूयः प्रश्न प्रतिवचनं दृश्यते अस्ति भगवः प्राणाद् भूय इति अदो वाव प्राणाद् भूय इति एवं प्राणात् परम आफ्टर प्राण भूय प्रश्न प्रतिवचन न दृश्यते. But after prana we do not find a question. What question? Asti bhagavo prana bhuya iti. Hey Bhagava, oh Venerable Sir, is there something superior to prana? Then ado vava prana bhuya iti. Yes, such and such thing is superior to prana. We don't see that question answer. Then continuing, प्राणमेव तु नामादिभ्यः आशान्तेभ्यः भूयांसं प्राणो वा आशायाः भूयान् इत्यादिना सत्प्रपञ्चम् उक्त्वा प्राणदर्शिनश्च अतिवादित्वम् अतिवाद्यसि इति अतिवाद्यस्मीति ब्रूयात् न पह्नुवीत इति अभ्यनुज्ञाय एष तु वा अतिवदति यः सत्येन अतिवदति इति प्राणव्रतम् अतिवादित्वम् अनुकृष्य अपरित्यज्य एव प्राणम् सत्यादि परंपरया भूमानम् अवतारयन् प्राणमेव भूमानं मन्यते इति गम्यते. Long sentence. प्राणमेव तु नामादिभ्यः आशान्तेभ्यः भूयांसम् उक्त्वा. But then it is prana alone which is bhuyah superior to everything beginning from namadibhya, beginning from nama, ashantebhya up to asha. Bhuyamsam prano va ashayah bhuyan ityadina. So very clearly said that prana is superior to asha. And asha is superior to smara. And like that it goes on. Therefore, prana is superior to everything. Beginning from nama all the way up to asha. That prana is superior. Saprapancha muktva. In great detail it is said. Not in one sentence or two sentences. Then it's all, it is said nama, vak, manah, sankalpa, etc. In Saprapancham, in great detail, it has been stated. Then further, pranadashinascha ativaditvam abhyanujñāya. Then the pranadashi, the one who is meditated upon prana, who has realized the identification of prana, ativaditvam, that he is ativadi. He is the one who speaks, his speech transcends everything. How? Abhyanujñāya, that it has been accepted, it has been permitted, or it has been therefore concluded that the knower of prana is ativadi. How? Ativadi asiti. If somebody tells you you are an ativadi, then ativadi asmi iti bruyat, then definitely you say that yes, I am ativadi. Na pakhnuvita, you should not shy away from that. So don't be too humble. Because you are ativadi, so own it up. No, I am not ativadi. Don't say that. Because when you say that, then even though you realize prana and still you say I am not ativadi, then you are bringing down prana, So because prana is so great that the realization of prana makes you a free person, enables you to transcend everything, and still you say, I have not transcended. That means you are actually putting prana into a problem. So no, prana is the most superior. Up to asha. That if you know prana, then naturally you identify with prana. Prana is the self of everything, beginning from Brahma all the way up to the Stambha. And so that is Parama Ishvara, and you are that. Therefore, not with pride, but with confidence. So pride is one thing, arrogance is one thing, self-confidence is another thing. So display your self-confidence. That yes, you are right, I am Ativadi. You don't have to be proud, you don't have to be arrogant. But in all humility you can say, yes, I am Ativadi. Na pakhnuvita, you should not shy away from that. That is abhyanujnaya. That way, that the knower of prana is Ativadi has been confirmed by the Shruti in this particular. So this statement is made. Ativadi asiti, Ativadi asmiti, bruyat, na pakhnuvita. That way, the Shruti is in fact confirming the Ativaditvam of the knower of prana. Then says, Eshatuva ativadati, yes, satyena ativadati. Then the following statement is, Eshatuva ativadati, yes, satyena ativadati. This person is real ativadi, who is ativadi by virtue of knowledge of satyam or absolute truth. Idi pranavatam ativaditam anukrishya. Esha means who? So this person really is ativadi, who becomes ativadi by virtue of knowledge of satyam. That pronoun esha refers to the knower of prana. So prana vratam ativaditvam anukrishya. So ativaditvam connected with prana vratam. So prana vratam is the adjective of ativaditvam. Prana vratam ativaditvam. The ativaditvam by virtue of the realization of prana, same is anukrishya, that same is continued by the pronoun esha. Aparityajyeva prana. Then prana is not discarded. So without giving up the prana, satyadi paramparaya, then satyam, then vijnanam, then mananam, etc., then shravanam, shraddha, etc., So, aparityajaya pranam satyadi paramparaya bhumanam avatarayan. Then sukham. So that's how shravana, manana, shraddha, nishtha, kriti and sukham and bhuma. That's how the whole sequence went there. So therefore, satyadi paramparaya bhumanam avatarayan. Bhuma came much later. In between there was, so yah vijanati, satyam vijanati, sahati vadati, so satya jnanam, then mananam ya manute, then shraddha, then nishtha, then kriti, then sukham, then bhuma. So satyadi paramparaya bhumanam avatarayan, ultimately that bhuma was then brought in. Prana eva bhumanam manyate iti gamyate. Because there is nothing in between. Started with prana, ativaditvam, same ativaditvam of satya, and satya alone is bhuma. Therefore, prana eva bhumanam manyate iti gamyate. So looks like Shruti thinks that prana alone is bhuma. If you go to Nyaya Nirnaya, nanu eshatu va ativadaditi tu shabdena pranavidah ativaditvam vyavartya. So Siddhanta says, Esha tu ativadati. That tu is actually prakarana vichedaka. That tu is meant for changing the topic. That's what Vedanta says. Meaning there is some linga. On what ground the Vedanta says that the prakarana bhuma is different from that of prana, that tu esha tu ativadati. Tu shabdena pranaveda ativaditvam vyavartya. That this ativaditvam is different from the satyena ativaditvam is different from prana vrata ativaditvam. Vyavartya. Yes, satyena iti satyena ativadanam vadan pranam bhumanam namrushyate. Therefore, prana cannot be bhuma because there is a prakarana vicheda. Since then, the Purva Pakshi already said that pranam satyadi paramparaya, etc., etc. Ativaditvalingena pranasya pratyabhijnanat. So, yah satyena ativadati. So eshatu ativadati. So that ativaditvam is what? Brings only prana. So Purva Pakshi says, Esha iti prakruta akarshanat. By the pronoun Esha, what is topic is being brought in here. Prakarana vichedat, therefore, same prakarana is continued. Ativaditve satya shabdasya satya vadana guna vidhayakatvat. Yes, satyena ativaditi is what? It is by satya vadanam. Not knowledge of satyam, by satya vadanam. So satya shabdasya satya vadana guna vidhayakatvat. The word satya actually means that satya vadanam, not knowledge of satyam. Tu shabdasyapi namadi ashandavadina ativaditva vyavartakatvat. The tu shabda is meant for what? That the knower of asha is not ativadi, knower of prana is ativadi. So that tu is vyavartak, all right, but not what we say, Pranam gruhitva eva satyadidvara bhumna avatara. Therefore, the bhuma is also taught without discarding prana. Therefore, tasya bhumata, that prana alone is bhuma iti. That is the same thing said in Ratnaprabha. Pranat bhaviti na drishyate purna sambandha. Nanu esha tu adeti tu shabdena prana prakrana vichedad na prana bhuma. So that we saw. Says Ratnaprabha, namadi ashantan upasyan atitya pranam shreshtam vadati iti ativadi pranavit. Explaining the text. Namadi ashantan upasyan atitya. Ativadi means what? Atitya vadati iti ativadi. Atitya means what? Transcending. Transcending what? Beginning from nama, ending up to asha. They are all meditators. They all realize a self from nama to asha. So upasyan atitya. All the nama, vak, manaha, all of these are presented as upasva. See, so upasyan. All of these are presented as those to be meditated upon. So atitya pranam shreshtam vadati. But he says nama is not shreshta. This ativadi says nama is not shreshta. Vag is not shreshta. Smara is not shreshta. Asha is not shreshta. Prana is shreshta. So ativadi means shreshtvadi. So when he says, so prana and ativadi bhavat means one who says prana is shreshta. One who knows, one who sees. Is ativadi pranavit. Tam prati ativadi asidi kenachit prashne krute asmi iti bruyat. So one who knows that prana is shreshta, then he should also acknowledge that yes, I am ativadi. Naham ativadi apakhnam na kuryat. Then don't say I am not ativadi. You can acknowledge that you are. Pranavidam esha iti paramusha. So esha tu ativadati. Yes, satyena ativadati. That esha is pranavidam. Esha iti paramrushya. It is the knower of prana that is brought here by the pronoun esha. Satyavachana, dhyana, manana, श्रद्धादि धर्म परंपरां विधाय सत्येन अतिवदति is satyavacanam. So yo vijanati, yo manute, etc. So satyavachana, dhyana, manana, shraddha, shraddhadhadi iti dharma paramparam vidhaya bhumopadeshat, then shraddha, of course, then came the nishtha, kruti, sukham, bhuman. Bhumopadeshat, na prakarana. There is nothing in between that separates the prakarana. Purva Pakshi says that from Pranavit, there is nothing in between that indicates that it is discussion of a different entity. Purva Pakshi says all along it is discussion of only prana. There is no indicator to say that now entity changes. The only indicator is Bhuyah Prashna Prativachanam. Is not there, there is no other indicator. Yesha tu ativadati, we say, what about that tu? Says, tu shabda namadi upasakasya ativaditva nirasartah. Yesha tu ativadati, only that one who knows nama is not ativadi in real sense, or up to asha, they are not ativadi. So ativaditvam of all the upasakas up to asha is negated here to establish that knower of prana is the ativadi. Then question comes, says Ratnaprabha, Bhumnah Lakshana Vachanam Sukhatvam Amrutatvam cha Prane Prashnapurukam Yojayati. This development of Purva Paksha is complete in every way. Because Bhuma is described as Yatra Nanyat Pashyate, so Bhuma is Advitiya. Before that, Yo Vai Bhuma Tat Sukham, Bhuma is Sukha Swarupa. Yo Vai Bhuma Tat Amrutam, Bhuma is immortal. All of these also should apply to prana, then alone you have proper Purva Paksha. This Prakarana Vicheda is, of course, is a good indicator, but that other things also should fit in properly, otherwise your Purva Paksha is not strong. So says Prana Pakshe Lakshana Virodham Shankate. So Bhuma Lakshana is given. What are the Lakshanas? Yatra Nanyat Pashyati, first Lakshana. What is second Lakshana? Yo Vai Bhuma Tat Sukham. Third Lakshana, Yo Vai Bhuma Tat Amrutam. So these are three Lakshanas, meaning the inherent characteristics of Bhuma have been told. If the prana is Bhuma, then all these three should also be applicable to prana. So to show how prana is Advitiya, prana is Sukham, prana is Amrutam, you have to show. So Prana Pakshe, that's one way, Lakshana Virodham Shankate, that these Lakshanas which are stated about Bhuma cannot apply to prana, that's what he asks. Kathamedi. So says, Katham Punaha Prane Bhumane Vyakhyayamane Yatra Nanyat Pashyade Ityetat Bhumnah Lakshana Param Vachanam Vyakhyayeta Iti Katham Punah, all right? If because of the lack of Prakarana Vicheda, you conclude that or you argue that prana is Bhuma, but then how do you account for other things? Katham Punah? Prana Bhumani Vyakhyayamane. We say prana is Bhuma, but Bhuma is Vyakhyayamane. The Bhuma is now described or defined as what? Yatra Nanyat Pashyati, where one does not see the other, meaning that Bhuma is Advitiya. Not Advitiya, where one does not see the other. Advitiyatvam is our conclusion. Where one does not see the other, one does not hear the other, one does not know the other. How do you explain or how do you fit this particular vachanam, this particular definition of lakshanam into prana? So katham punah prane bhumani vyakhyayamane. If your vyakya is prana is bhuma, then yatra nanyat pasharide tat bhumna lakshana paramvachanam vyakhyayata. So you now explain that prana is bhuma. How to explain that in prana? One does not see the other, one does not hear the other, one does not know the other. How to explain that in prana? So, vachanam vyakhyayata. How will you now explain those statements? Avastha Vishesham Ashritya Aha. He goes on a different track, Purva Pakshi. Avastha Vishesham Ashritya. Hey, this is about a different avastha. Yatra Nanyat Pashyade, Nanyat Shrunode, Nanyat Vijanate describes another avastha. It describes deep sleep. So far, the discussion was about the waking state. Because meditation can take place only in waking state. Ativaditvam, that you speak, transcending everything is all in waking state. But then yatra nanyat pashyati, that refers to the deep sleep state. This is what the Purva Pakshi says. Okay, we will continue in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmene Navibhagine Vyomavad-vyapta dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.